of the National Football League.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Washington Commanders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the visiting sideline, that's Dan Quinn, coach of the Commanders. His side, one of the hottest teams in the league over the last few months. They've won 9 of their last 10. On the opposite side, Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. These guys mired in a losing streak, hoping a trip home is going to help them snap out of it. Kate Scott's joined by my partner Brock Hewitt. It's going to be Logan Cook to get us started. And as the rain falls in Jacksonville, we're underway. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, but did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 8 on that one, and that's good for a Washington first down.
At the 40-yard line.
He takes off with it. And they'll pitch it out to him. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. We've set it down from 37. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. He scampers ahead for about 4. It's 2nd down now.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go with the option to the right side. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typical QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained the play. It typically goes for a whole lot more.
Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's another Washington first down. A gain of 7. First down, Washington.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Next snap coming inside the red zone, Brock. He picks up 9 on the play.
You want to drain some of the excitements of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
First down, and they go right back to it. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Looking to his fullback now. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field.
Holding offense.
You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. So this is going to be 2nd down and long following the holding flag. He's going to throw it. Throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Not set. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And they get to him again. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Oftentimes, these early exchanges are just a feeling-out process for rushers and blockers. But they can also set the tone for the battles the rest of the game. And that defender, you know, with an early win, he's feeling really good about himself.
On is Nick Folk to attempt the field goal. This from 30 yards out. And the kick by Folk is good. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
If they can keep moving that ball the way they did on the opening drive, he's going to be called upon, I gotta guess, Kate, for more than just field goals. Probably some extra points, too.
Starting at the 10. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. At the helm, someone entrusted to lead this group in just his first season. Their rookie out of LSU.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
He gets this one to Strange. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. Second down.
To Brenton Strange. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Oh, just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to the well again. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. 5 DBs out there for the Commanders on 3rd.
That's a gain of 4.
Middle throw, 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
Julian Blackman on the tackle. It's a gain of 2.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
Little knocks it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
This return starts at the 5. Keeps away from 1. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Option give here. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost them about a yard. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
And it's 3rd down.
Air it out on 3rd. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A 7-yard yard gain.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Washington, first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after, looks like a yard gain. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Trying to get it with the option. He loses the football. Picked up by the Jaguars. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Hey, a normal old stop with 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from them literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
The Jaguars and their running back about to get back to work. And as we work our way through November, you see here, he's the leader league-wide right now in rushing touchdowns. So first down from the 41. They send a tight end in motion. They'll run here on first down. And they're full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Looking to throw here. There's pressure, and he's going to be dropped. Well done by the Commanders' defense. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's a loss of 6. Brings up 3rd and 15.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
An individual player taking over a drive isn't limited to just skilled players on the offense. If a defender gets in a groove like this, he can wreck a drive single-handedly with his pass rush. That is back-to-back sacks for him now. And it sure seems like whatever move he's throwing out there, it's working.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. The Commanders ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And you want your quarterback to, number 1, find ways to score for your offense. You always tell me that, Brock. But also, he's done it more than just through the air for them. That last drive, a notable touchdown for him on the ground for the season. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Get 22 out of that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They give it to him again. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 37-yard line.
He keeps this one himself. They pitch it out to him here. Not much space available there. Maybe 2. That brings up third down. They're going to try and throw it here. Short pass brought in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
It's a gain of 6. And the Commanders' first down.
Starting quarterback run here. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuck in the run.
Pickup of 6, and now they've got 37.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
He's making a bid for it. And he's forward for a gain of about 6. Still short of that marker, but they could definitely go for this on 4th down.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Jaguars returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 28.
Now looking to throw. Finds him on the slant. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Option design here. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Going to the ground again on 1st. No repeat success of that last run as he only is able to get back to the line on this play.
He's lucky to get back to the line, and I think he knows it too. That play was in trouble early with how well the defense, Kate, read it from the beginning. And he did his best just to get back and break even.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks. Rotate your personnel. Throw in some wrinkles. And once again, go get...
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
All right, I'm to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again. Find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
The Commanders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Now a run here from the gun. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
At the 22-yard line.
He's running it right on the option. Fighting for all he can, partner, but this play is not going to get past the line. It's going to be 3rd down.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt. Even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
On now comes their punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And now he's going to call for the fair catch and take it just beyond the 30. The Jaguars, and this running back headed back out for a new series. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. Pearsall there to grab it. And He will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
And the Jaguars.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
In motion, a tight end left. Now we're on the counter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. So first down from the 41. Handoff now from the gun. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, back to throw. Pearson on the slant. He works it down to the 37. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
It's a gain of 4.
Throw here, 3rd down. Looking slant route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 8. That's a Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Down by Bobby Wagner. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Walking back to throw.
At the 16-yard line.
And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Mikey Sandersfield.
To the air on 3rd and long. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. He's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
Little knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Kate, if you're not going to pay a methodical drive off with a touchdown, that's the 2nd best thing you can do. You can take all the time down, the points on the board, and maybe a little momentum in heading into halftime.
So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
He'll throw it. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks so much, Scott, and hope you are really today enjoying that dry studio as the rain continues to fall here in our second half. Here's a return from the 7. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. Coach Liam Cohn ushering his Jaguar offense back to the field. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
And they're not going to give him an inch on this second down play. Good job containing that run right at the line.
No gain on the play.
From the gun on third down. Able to find Strange here. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. First and 10 from the 43.
That's good for the Jaguars. First down.
A give now from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. No gain on the play.
They'll go play action. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's the 5th time they've gotten there for a sack in this one, Brock. And they're going to try for number 6 on third down.
It's 3rd and 15.
Third and long for him here. It is caught left side. They get there to take him down right around the 41.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They go play action on first down. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. Good defensive effort here, drives him back across midfield onto their own side.
On these first to 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Hits him on the in route. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
The second down.
3rd and just 2 to go.
A gain of 14 yards brings up 3rd down.
The lateral goes haywire. It's out. 30. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And Jacksonville makes a house call. Touchdown. The Jaguars push their lead further to start the half. A great return out of him. Makes a great play into one of our game's biggest highlights with that touchdown.
Yeah, some serious running back skills right there for a linebacker. He doesn't get too many chances to show out like that. The only time we normally see him at top speed, Kate, is when he's running down a ball carrier. To put that ball in his hands, wasn't going to be denied.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game. On now is Cook to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Escapes the defender. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Another give to the wideout. Man, he has been busy. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're set backwards on first down.
taken down.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Looking for his back, but he will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up third down.
Incomplete. It's third down and 15.
He'll look to throw. Catch made over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line.
That's good.
Well, 3rd and 15. You don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's a design run. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Stopped by Foye Oluoku. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the Jaguars.
Keeps it on the option here. Down to the 10. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
That one splits the uprights, and the Commanders cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The Jaguars back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. The touchdown dropped this back to a one-possession game, so they're hoping to get some breathing room right back here. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play.
And the Jaguars first down.
Lone back gets the handoff. He's still going to the 30. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. Like the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get it behind the line. Now the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
They'll try and punch it in. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Need better results here on 2nd and goal from the 10.
2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Here's a throw. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. This needs to find the end zone, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Little knocks it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Returnable from the 2. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Commanders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? Drive starts with an option, right side. And they drop him after just a yard, 2nd down.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Commanders football, and they need to get to work here. They're trailing late. Six yards to go here. It's 3rd down. They'll throw. 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. They'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
On first down, they'll run. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. 1st and 10 from the 43.
First down, Washington.
Another carry for him. And he manages to find a little traction on that soaked field as he fights forward for a couple. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to the well again. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Help air it out on 3rd. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Oh, they went for it and got there. Blocked it. And he's marked down there, so that is where possession is going to change hands.
There was some vulnerability right up the middle, a punter's nightmare, and that's exactly where they attacked. Pressure got through, got a straight shot at the punter, he couldn't get it off in time.
The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll run here on first down. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd and 6.
Give it to him again. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
On the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. It's Cook. Pearsall has it. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
That's good for a Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 19.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Tootin gets it from the gun. And they take this in for the score. The Jaguars stretch it to a 2-score game in the 4th. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Two-point conversion.
They give it to the back of the zone read. The defensive stand here, and they push him away from the goal line. That's back to the 4.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board. They show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
On now is Cook to kick this away.
For the Jaguars.
Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. They'll come out throwing. That's him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Second and 3 now.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Drawing up the design keeper. Ooh, they're on that one. Second down is going to end up in a loss of yards.
QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses. But not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
Third and long. They're going to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Looks like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. So they're left facing a 4th down. Desperation time here. They connect for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 8. And a Commander's first down.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Commander's first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down.
It's second down and 10.
Here's the handoff. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Koyasade Aluakin on the tackle. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here on 4th. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we got a first down here. Well, I think we could all tell, Brock, when they saw that flag, they knew exactly what was coming.
Yeah, and unlike those wrestlers I watched growing up who could hide under the ring and just get away from everybody, there's no hiding now. All eyes on him.
Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends would get you.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one. And the effort brings up 4th down. Offense to the line fast. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. He's making a bid for it. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Washington, 1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Washington.
Option design here. His progress is stopped, but a nice 5-yard gain before it was. Goes to the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd down, they're going to the option. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down. The dose of the hurry up offense here.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down from the gun. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Offense in a hurry up here.
A loss of 5 yards. And it's 4th down.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And the defense escapes. They have a nice drive going, but the defense gets off the field by forcing that turnover on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Coach Liam Cohn ushering his Jaguar offense back to the field. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
This is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. 1st and 10 from the 32. Hand off to Tootin. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Tootin. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
At the 48-yard line.
Inside give here for Tootin. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars approaching win number 7 on the year. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Design quarterback run here. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now put one of the tight ends in motion. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. We're drawing up for him. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. Man, they were facing a top-5 defense this week, Bronk, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.